Okay, so the top of the fourth page, as soon as you finish the third page, you'll have two measures, and you need to turn, and so you have the last two pages, pages 4 and 5, up on the stand. So there's nowhere to turn pages there. So here we go. At the top of the fourth page, we're going to play these eighth notes on the C string using fourth finger for the G, and then open G. And just like before, we're gonna practice this separate bows first. And here, the middle one is only 3 notes. Okay, and then once you can do that, then start to take the separation out. And let's play all the way to the D. Probably is better, all the way to the downbeat. We didn't have a downbeat in the previous one that was like this. And then you can start to take that out until it's all the way out. Then you can add the slur. So that's a good way to practice for that. Now N, actually I'll play all the way from the beginning of the measure now. You'll shift to third position here. Make sure you use your guide note, first finger to D. But the note will be a D flat. I'm sorry, an E flat. Now treble clef. So you just played your first finger for the D, reach it back a half step for the C sharp, and then your third finger for the G. Fourth finger for the A, and then you can go back to first position if you want. You'll have to go back up. It's a lot of shifting, or you can cross over. Alright, now the third line of the page. After you play the F sharp with your second finger, use your first finger to tuck under the second and cross on the A string to play the C natural. And then with your second finger still down, your third finger is just a half step. And then hop it over. First finger is still down, so you can still use the first finger for that, and then the fourth finger next to the third for the A flat. So you can really take advantage of keeping your fingers down here to have a clean fingering with good intonation. And then here you're going to extend your fourth finger to play the E flat on the G string. Okay, fourth line. So one note is up bow, so we'll start near the tip so that we can have a full bow for the 4 slurred. And you'll want that for the crescendo as well. Now, we've made it to letter O. So here we're going to play this passage in, let's see, we got a D. Okay, we're going to play this in half position, and you'll see why in a minute. But so use your second finger to play the D, and then your third finger for the E, fourth finger for the G, fourth finger for the F, open for the G, and then your second finger for the A. You're still in half position. So you use second finger for the third, second finger for the A, third finger for the B flat. Oh yeah, I should have mentioned that. We did change keys here. Now we're in D minor. Open G again. Fourth finger for the F. 3, 2, and we've been saving that first finger because we're going to use a low first finger for the C sharp. Okay, so Let me show that to you now from O. Okay, and then it repeats. And this is the same pattern that we had earlier, just now with a different set of notes. All right, in this one, you get to repeat 39 times. All right, and then we're to the last page, second line. Let's see. And then it looks like we're back to the same thing here at Q. You're in first position. If it's easier, you can play this first measure in first position instead of half. Then use your first finger down a half step for the C sharp, and then from there use your second finger for the next measure and to start the D, and then you do the same finger pattern you did before, half position. And you do it again, and this time looks like you do it until you get to letter R, but it doesn't actually change. The numbers start over, maybe just because it's we got to a letter there. So from R you do it another 6 times. Looks like you actually do it 7 more times. And then on the last, after the slurs end, now the notes are going to change. So here's from that measure. You have D, F sharp, C sharp. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? The measure before with the slur, that's why it's 6 times, because we do change. We add an F sharp there. So, all right. So from R, let me just back up. From R, you have the same thing 6 times that you had before, going all the way back to Q. And then after that, the number stops after 6, and that's because the 7th one actually changes to a C sharp. So if you're still in half position, actually you could come out of half position there if you want. No, better not. Stay in half position. Just use an higher 4th finger to play the F sharp. Let's see, is that right? Yeah. We still have the B flat. So sorry, that was. Here's that measure slowly with separate bows, so you can just hear the intonation on it. And then with the slur. And then you can go to first finger for the D, back into first position now. Adding a C sharp and a B natural. After the F sharp here, use a half step higher for the G, 3rd finger for the A, 4th finger for the B natural. Same thing down, 2-2. So that happens twice. All right, and then we're going to play 16th notes. So that's what the half note with the 2 slashes across the stem mean. So all right. At the end, as you're going up these notes, so you have D, E, F natural, G, A. I'm leaving out all of the extra notes, just going through the note changes. A, B flat, C. Then on the D, go to 3rd position. E is the 2nd finger. Use a second finger again for the F. It's only a half step distance, and then third finger whole step for the G, and a fourth finger whole step for the A, which is S. Alright, and then you get back into, after the A, you just go back to alto clef, and it's all in first position to the end.